Spell your name, sir.
Matthew Heimbach.
And you are writing in who?
Commander George Lincoln Rockwell.
And who in God's name is that?
The founder of the American Nazi Party.
The American Nazi Party. Are you a member of the American Nazi Party?
I'm not. It hasn't existed in years, but when he comes to a man that was willing to stand up for our rights and to be able to reject the entire Judeo-capitalist system, Commander Rockwell is our man.
Are you a Nazi?
I'm a National Socialist.
A National Socialist. So you're voting for Bernie Sanders?
No, because, Bernie Sanders, the problem with Bernie Sanders is that Bernie Sanders is still a part of Wall Street. He endorsed the Wall Street candidate.
He did?
He did. He endorsed Hillary.
My God, say it's not so.
It is.
So as a National Socialist, more or less a Nazi, what makes you believe in Nazism?
Oh, well, the idea that National Socialism has worked not only in Germany, but if you look in Singapore, they have a National Socialist government. The People's Republics in Donbass and Donetsk are National Socialist. If you look at what Rodrigo Duterte is doing in the Philippines, that's also from National Socialism. It's not an ideology limited only to 12 years in Germany. It's used by people like the Baathists, Bashar al-Assad, for instance. If you look at what Saddam Hussein had, Colonel Gaddafi with the Green Book, the National Socialism is not limited to being a German phenomenon, and it's not limited just to Germany.
All right, so now I'm going to flip the thing around so I can do one of these. Are you shitting me, sir? You're a Nazi or a card-carrying Nazi, and you're trying to get people out here to join your Nazi party.
Oh no, I'm a National Socialist. That's an entirely different thing.
What is the difference? What is the difference between a Nazi and a National Socialist?
Nazi is a slur that was cooked up by the Judeo media in the 1920s to insult the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Again, if you look, you're forgetting that the Arab movements...
I'm not forgetting anything. I just don't know a lot about Nazis.
Well, no. If you need to look in terms of global phenomena, the Baathist movement, for instance, in Syria, in Libya prior to the overthrow of Colonel Gaddafi. If you look at what Saddam Hussein had, Baathism is Arab National Socialism. Hezbollah in Lebanon that provides for the people, they are National Socialists as well. National Socialism cannot be limited only to a little period in Germany. It's a movement, the idea that you're a nationalist, you care for your nation, and socialism, you don't allow the exploitation of the working class and working families.
So do you think that Donald Trump is a close second to Adolf Hitler?
No, because Donald Trump is a man that, while I like what he's doing with destroying the establishment GOP, he is not a nationalist.
Wait, no, I didn't hear that well enough.
Sure. Well, the thing with Donald Trump is, while Donald Trump, of course, he is introducing the idea of nationalism versus globalism, he is introducing that free trade is bad for the working class, he is not a true nationalist. He still is within the power structure.
He's not a real Nazi, is what you're saying.
He's not a real nationalist. Nationalists come...
What is it? No, I just don't get it. What's the difference between a Nazi and a nationalist?
A nationalist is someone who loves their nation, who loves their people and their culture, and wants their culture...
But I love my nation. Does that make me a Nazi?
Are you a nationalist and a socialist?
I'm a humanist, sir.
And see, then you don't love your nation.
As a humanist, I do love my nation.
Then you don't love your nation if you're a globalist. If you're a humanist...
I said humanist, sir.
If you believe...
What's the difference between a nationalist...
national boundaries?
Huh?
Your idea of humanism. No,
I'm thinking of bringing cinder blocks so we can start building the wall now.
Well, we can build the wall, but you've got to be able to maintain the wall. You've got to be able to...
So you are for Donald Trump?
No, I'm for something far more than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the beginning, but true nationalism has to rise.
He's the beginning of Nazism. Excellent.
No, because Donald Trump is a capitalist. Capitalism is inherently always going to be against the working class, against normal people. We need to be able to have a worldwide movement rejecting globalism, rejecting capitalism, and communism to be able to have nations come first.
So when do we put up the swastikas and get the jackboots out here to kill everyone in the streets?
Well, that's not going to happen because the idea of
come on, pretty please.
The idea of nationalism is that you love your people, you love your children.
But that's not what Donald Trump did when he elected Adolf Hitler president of the United States back in his time machine.
Oh, well, the time machine, of course. I mean, we need...
All right, be serious now, sir.
I'm totally serious, but
You're serious about being a Nazi?
I'm serious about being both a nationalist and a socialist. As Gregor Strasser said, we must take from the right nationalism without capitalism, and from the left socialism without internationalism.
All right, so let me talk to your brother and your sister here, your brother and sister Nazis.
Oh, well, brother and sister, are you indicating classism? Are you indicating something about working class people?
No, I'm saying it's that they're humans. We're all humans.
We are all humans, but can't you understand that differences in culture are important? Differences between different groups of people want to be governed different ways.
I just want to talk to your friends.
And you can go ahead and do that.
Friends.
I have nothing to say to you, sir. I said I have nothing to say to you, sir.
But why not? You joined the Nazi man over here.
You seem not to understand that national.
I can't hear you. I only hear this man.
So explain to me how different Nazis are.
All right, how about you?
I don't talk to boys who use buzzwords.
Is a term.
Buzzwords? Is Nazi a buzzword?
Yes,
that is rich. Or no, tell me why that's a buzzword.
Because it's the only thing you're saying and you're not protecting your argument in any valid way.
Socialism again is
I'm not protecting my argument. So Donald Trump is a Nazi. You are a Nazi. You're all for Donald Trump, and we're here at the RNC. How is that not supporting my argument?
Because we're not Nazis, like you're using it as a buzzword, but that's cool if you want to do that.
Oh well.
So explain to me, why you're a National Socialist.
Because there are no nationalists running in the presidential race.
I'm taking this dead seriously. Obviously, Nazis are the coolest thing ever, right, everyone? Nazis are cool. We're gonna kill everyone and put them in ovens. Is that right?
No.
Okay, so why aren't Nazis cool?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Oh, but you came out here. Obviously, you want to be interviewed. You're part of the Nazi party or the National Socialist movement. I mean,
I don't think there's a Nazi party that exists in America.
Why not?
Because there hasn't been one in years.
So, what's the difference between that and what you're doing? I don't understand.
It seems like he's far outside of the American mainstream. So
What do you mean?
Except he's gotten the
I don't understand. How are you not? If you're National Socialists, how are you not part of the Nazi party?
I said because we're National Socialists. National Socialism doesn't indicate Nazi. Nazi is referring to the NSDAP of Germany during the 1930s, 20s, 40s.
So you want to make America great again by bringing back the 1930s and 40s under Adolf Hitler?
By no means by saying that. National Socialism has been an ideology before Adolf Hitler.
So, in 1950, there was no more Adolf Hitler, at least in Europe. What do you think he did when he went to Brazil?
Greek word for where we get ethnicity.
I have no idea.
Is that what nation comes from?
Well, come on. Obviously, you have some thoughts on this. You are a National Socialist, and Adolf Hitler was a National Socialist, was he not, sir?
He was a National Socialist. He was a German National Socialist. I'm not a German. I'm an American.
And so in your America, your National Socialist America, how do you imagine America becoming?
Great.
Great again, like Donald Trump?
No, just great.
Not great again, like Donald Trump?
And that's Donald Trump saying I'm not stealing his game, so,
Oh, come on, it's not stealing. He stole it from everyone else before that. Everyone else had that motto. Nazis are great, just admit it. You love Nazis. Nazis are the best, admit it, come on.
You're the one admitting it.
I love Nazis, you can admit it too. Nazis, Nazis, Nazis. Say you love Nazis.
Should be able to stand together.
That's your opinion, sir.
They should be able to.
Okay, how about you? Do you love Nazis?
No, but you obviously love buzzwords.
I love buzzwords. Okay, well, I can't get any more from you. Are there any more Nazis coming here today?
Yeah, we'll send them your way.
Can I give you a flower for peace?
Yeah, take a flower. Go ahead, get a gift.
Here, you gotta hold this for me.
I will.
It's peaceful! God damn it!
I think that's what you were describing.
Thank you so much, sir.
A Nazi flower for you, sir!
Have a great day.
All right, good luck with your Nazi shit.
Thank you.
Hey! Nazi shit! For the record, everyone, they love Nazis.
I'm a fumbling fallen man, and I stumble when I can. Like a blind man in a barn, I'm a fumbling fallen man.